All right, what's going on, everyone? Happy Taco Tuesday. Hope you guys are all doing well. Got another replay here for you guys from last night on the stream. And tonight, or today rather, last night, we were in the Prince Van Orange. And interesting game here, unique game, kind of a small game. And I'm dived here with Mr. Tommy in the Hawaii. And on the enemy team, we are going to be going against a good friend of the stream and the channel, Mr. Snipes in the Essex, as well as there are a couple other pretty good players over on the enemy team that you guys might recognize as well. But this was a small game, and I haven't really featured too many PvO games on the channel. I do play it a fair amount. It's normally one of the ships that I consider for like my warm-up games for each night. It's a very easy boat to play. The way that I kind of describe it when people ask me about it, by the way, and if you don't have the PvO, good luck getting it again. It was from 2 Christmases ago. It was basically one of the like the steel boats for last Christmas. It was kind of like that, how that worked out 2 Christmases ago for the PvO. Kind of plays a bit like a Hindenburg. Armor's not similar, or is kind of similar, I should say. Not similar. Is kind of similar, however, different things. Hindenburg does get slightly better armor, however, the PvO gets lower concealment. PvO gets larger caliber guns. Hindenburg gets an extra turret, but then you have on the PvO, what's really nice, and the guns do perform similar between the Hindenburg and the PvO. However, PvO's caliber is larger, and how the turrets are laid out. Obviously, you get an extra turret with the Hindenburg. However, and by the way, we're going to try to get a cheeky shot here on this orange. You get four barrels per turret in the PvO, which makes dispersion and grouping kind of nice in the PvO. Makes it a really, really nice sniper, and of course, with similar to Dutch cruisers, you get access to being able to drop planes, which is pretty nice here. So the HE bomb strike, obviously, it goes out a fair amount, so 15. So in between, like you got like the Utrecht, the William de Erst, the Trump, and then the Guden. This plays like how the bombs drop are going to be very, very similar to kind of like Guden. And this ANAP's going to come around here. So we're going to try to put some work into this ANAP here between myself and Tommy. My bombs are about to be coming up. I'm going to try to just lead it in a manner where I might be able to get them. And you can see the damage there, almost 9k with the fire there on the ANAP with the HE. The one thing that I think when this boat came out, a lot of people, it was one of the Dutch cruisers that had the silly thing, and I just missed the ANAP here with my bombs. I should have led a little bit more. It is kind of hard to lead these bombs transverse, compared to like something like the Utrecht or even the Bill, the William de Erst rather. So bombs are a little bit harder to lead. However, they aren't going to be something, I think with the PvO, you should probably be building into guns as opposed to building into the bombs here. It's definitely worth having a separate captain, and I'm just kind of trolling here at 3/4 speed because there is a sub out over there. Pick up another 9.2k salvo there on the ANAP with the fire. So you can see the accuracy of the guns here and how they work over with that alpha damage and the fire chance. It's almost worth having and there another solid shot with just my front turrets there. It's almost worth having a separate captain for the PvO versus like something like the Utrecht or the Guden, just due to the fact that the playstyle is going to be similar. Again, not a Hindenburg, but the playstyle will be similar to a Hindenburg with a little bit better concealment. So getting into the game here, we've already worked over that ANAP, and he's pretty low there, a little bit under half HP. So that's going to be the target if we can work them over. trying to get out that boat. That's a dangerous boat, and as the name indicates, it is a dangerous player as well, so it would be nice to have that out. We've already lost our vampire, so that's a bit unfortunate for our team. So we're down to 1 DD and a sub here. They have also lost the DD. I'm going to just put some blind shots over there. It looks like one of my guns got locked down before he went dark, so a little bit more damage. The Balao picks up the ANAP kill there. And yeah, we're kind of tied for buffs here. This Thor, again, is going to be kind of spamming HE. It's going to be a bit unique here, and as that gameplay goes, Tommy's kind of working him over in the Hawaii, as well as this Egger, and the Yugumo is here. The Yugumo kind of slowed up there and was obviously worried about where the ANAP's positioning was, so he is reverse trying to pick up that. I look to see about if I can get bomb drops there. I'm not going to be able to. The other, I mean, for any of you guys that are somewhat experienced in World of Warships, having that bomb drop to be able to see and kind of play off angles too, that top-down view is kind of a nice little trick you can utilize as well. The only real downfall here about this boat is due to the fact that it does get bombs. It is going to be a tier 10 cruiser that does not get plane-based, and it does get ship-based ASW, which is really, really unfortunate. You'll see in this game here, and now Snipes is going to come in and try to work over Tommy. You're going to see it kind of hinders me a few times in this game, but it is what it is. And going to work over that Thor again. Our Egger has smoked up, and it looks like the Egger is working over the enemy PVO. We pick up a double fire on the Thor after he had just burned DCP, so that's pretty nice. That's going to burn fairly well there. Just shooting there blind. Snipes is going to be working over Tommy. I'm going to hit my def AA. The other thing too, the PVO gets a very, very nice AA sweep. We pick up another blind fire there on the Thor. We're up to 75k, plus we got that triple fire ticking there. The PVO, it gets a very, very nice AA sweep. It's definitely, if you're considering it, it's definitely not a boat that you should be maybe targeting, unless it's one of those things where Snipes realizes he's got to work over this flank here because his opposite flank is doing very, very well, and I'm a threat here, so he's got to be coming after me. I get it. However, and my def AA is down, so he's going to be coming after me. That is what it is. But yeah, PVO gets a very, very nice AA suite, all things considered. So I'm going to be pushing down here, even though there's an Ohio and a Zhao. And if you look back, there is a Taihang spotted. I'm hoping that our Egger can kind of work over the PVO, as well as our sub do stuff. We're going to see what happens there. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. So the Zhao, and I should have switched to AP for this salvo. The Zhao is straight broadside to me. I'm looking for bombs here on the Ohio. So there we go, we're going to drop those there. I do have my second set of bombs at play as well. I've switched to AP now for this Zhao here. And going to be looking to pick up some Citadel damage on the Zhao. This game's going to pick up here. We're at just a hair shy of 100k there. There's the double Citadel, as well as 7 bomb hits and a fire on the Ohio. So we've really worked over that Ohio. And the 234 is really, really sing. You can do goofy things too from a close-up standpoint with certain battleships as well. I'd almost consider right now, minus the fact that I know I had just picked up a fire there on the Ohio, it could almost consider, probably should have, just stayed with the AP here for the other salvo. Ohio goes down though, so we don't need to really worry about that. Now, here at this moment in this game, the Taihang is going to push towards me while I'm still being attacked here by Snipes, which is the right play, 100% the right play from this Taihang. We're going to pick up a fire there, though, on the Taihang. We're up to 151k. We've picked up a buff, gotten some bomb hits, we've done a fair amount of spotting, and we've tanked about 500,000. So you can see that armor kind of holding up there. My engine gets taken out there, which is a tad bit unfortunate. And that just is what it is. But yeah, that Taihang's right there, probably trying to wait for the buff, as well as you know, potentially hoping that they can out tank me. Picked up my Witherer there at 160k. Get another fire. There goes my high caliber as well. Reason for the high caliber at only 165k. This is a smaller game, so hence the goes off a percentage of HP. Why I get the high cal there, and you can see I'm doing damage to the planes. I'm just not killing anyone really. So that is what it is. We've got a whole bunch of plane damage here already, and yeah, we're gonna kind of just stay here and work over this tie-hang. There is still that Thor in play who is getting some cheeky breaky shots on me. We pick up another fire there on the tie-hang. My bombs are up, so we're gonna, as he's backing up and trying to avoid me, we're gonna lead those bombs and hope that he backs up right into the bombs. I don't burn my DCP here. Didn't really see a need to, and I'm kind of worried about the sub. That's kind of a concern. And I'd get a bomb hit there for a fire on the rear of the tie-hang. That's very cheeky. So we'll let it be. So he's going to burn DCP for that, as they should. Mr. Walrus Lovin'. That's a great name, too, by the way. Tommy's telling our CV to move there, just because, you know, there is a DD in play. And pick up another fire on the tie-hang. The Thor is over there as well. I know I've got a DD near me. Our CV is kind of trying to go in for to scam the kill here on the tie-hang. Whatever it is, what it is. I kind of wish that they would have been spotting the orange over here. There is the submarine Peeds as well as the ping on me, and I think I can dodge those. Just get through there. FDR picks up the kill on the tie-hang. So that's a thing. We're up to 209k with a buff picked up, and we assisted in the cap. Gonna go back to working over the Thor, who's finally switched over to AP. The thing here that's kind of the saving grace for our team is that we picked up the heal buffs. If you guys are familiar with Arms Race, gonna be pretty clutch to have those. Pick up another fire on the Thor. Thrasher's still on me. My DD does a good job here of spawning the Thrasher and working over this Thrasher as well. It's exactly what I needed them to do. And yeah, hopefully that Thrasher is gonna, you know, get off me for a little bit so I can work over other things. Torps coming in here, that's going to be from the orange. There we go, we pick up our Confederate as we hit the Thrasher. I am still pinged here. However, you know, I kind of don't have really anything I can do about that because, you know, submarine gameplay, awesome. Now here's the other thing you can do in the PVO. Since it is such a longer time for the bombs to drop, you can lead your bombs into people. So, and it gets pretty good solid secondaries there too. That's the other thing to consider too. Just a really, really good all-around cruiser. Who knows if they'll ever release it again. I'm going to eat a Peed here. It is what it is. 3 fires, pick up the Arsonist and the kill with that bomb hit on the Thor. And there we go. Going to shoot the orange. That is a double strike. So yeah, doing some work here. More planes coming in here from Snipes is Essex. My Def AA is up. So yeah, that's kind of going to work him over there. Kill those planes. And yeah, now with it being Arms Race, it's super key to have that center cap. We have that center cap, and unless, you know, the sub comes up, that's going to be all she wrote. There you go, the sub did come up. Our FDR is going to be looking for that submarine, and I'm going to try to shoot him. The sub then, you know, is forced to dive so that they don't die. And that, yeah, the points really start ticking once you pick up that center cap there. So unfortunately for them, that's going to be all she wrote, because the sub's not going to be able to then come up again. Even though Snipes is trying to smoke them up, he just comes up, and that's going to be game. So solid game there. Even though it was a small game, we still did a fair amount of damage. Did 250k, so just shy of that 300k mark that I normally like to feature on the channel. Picked up 2 kills. We did get our division class thing that was an expert badge. Wargaming's got to fix this. I know that they're new badges and stuff, but come on, it's been out for how many patches now? If you get those in there in the replays, whatever, Wargaming. Anywho, and then we picked up a Witherer there. So Witherer, Arsonist, Confederate, strike team from our division had a double strike as well. We picked up a dreadnought as well. And then we picked up a high caliber medal here too. 2 kills, 3 assisted in destruction, 2 citadel hits on that Zao, 7 incapacitations, 19 fires. Again, the 234s from the PVO being so accurate and having a high fire chance, that's really kind of where it's at, and hence why I would say you wouldn't want to build your PVO for bombs. We actually picked up a spot there as well, a bunch of target hits, fair amount of bomb drops. The other thing, the bombs do very, very well against battleships, like what you saw on the Ohio and that Thor there. So we had a total of 20 hits, 15 of them went for penetrations. Pretty nice. 21 planes shot down. Unfortunately, we did do a fair amount of plane damage. We just didn't get the kills there. On some of them, even 3 secondary hits. The PVO's actually secondary suite is pretty solid too for a cruiser. And then, picked up the buff and we assisted in the cap. Just a great all-around boat. If it ever comes back out for sale and you guys are looking for a tier 10 cruiser, even if you guys don't play Dutch cruisers, this particular boat doesn't necessarily have to play like your traditional Dutch cruiser. And I think this replay does a fair point of spotting that out. Yeah, there are some things that I wouldn't have been able to do if I didn't drop bombs, like the fires on the Ohio, as well as that double strike on the Thor. I still could have killed the Ohio without the bombs, and I think I still probably could have killed the Thor without the bombs. Just would have made the game a little bit harder to play, but the fact that you have it is pretty nice. This nets us, drumroll please, just a hair over 3k base experience, so that's 3k base in the PVO, in a small game too. So in a small game, a 10v10, where there were super ships in play and some really, really good players on the enemy team. And considering, unfortunately, it looks like our CV didn't have the greatest game. And yeah, we did a fair amount of work there. So, fair amount of work there for the team. How did this all pan out here? So, out of those 10 boats, we hit 8 of 10 boats here. Pretty sweet. Look into some of the team play aspects. We did pick up 38k in spotting. We tanked 2 million, so that's pretty sweet. Yeah, did just a hair under 40k in the airstrike stuff. Here's what I'm talking about with the planes. So we had how many planes shot down? 21 planes shot down. But if you look here, we did almost 90k damage to the aircraft in total. So that is what it is. We didn't pick up as many plane kills for the amount of damage that we did, but you guys can still see that the PVO's AA suite is very, very solid. I think there were a couple times where I could have planned out usage of my def AA a little bit more appropriately. I think I was at a moment where I realized I need to just do damage when I could and where I could, yeah, in regards to that aspect. But yeah, we did a fair amount of damage here, picked up some credits and XP, so you guys can kind of see how that all works out. But PVO is still a solid boat. Always going to be, at least for right now, it's definitely, it's an easy boat to play. It's a fun boat to play. It's a well-rounded boat to play. If it ever comes back for sale, who knows if it will or when that might happen, but if it does, I would highly recommend picking one up. But yeah, it's a solid game there. Some expert gameplay footage, 3k base game. In a small game, and I wanted to show you guys, all the good things about the PVO there and talk a little bit about it. So, hope you guys all have a great day. I'll be live here streaming later on tonight. We do have some bad storms coming my way, so if I lose power or something, I'll try to post in Discord and here on YouTube that if I'm not going to be able to go live. But hope you guys all have a great day. Happy Taco Tuesday, and I will catch you guys later.